Start of a new vlog. This vlog is very exciting because this is happening from my anti-TBR video that I posted at the end of last year, where I said that there were a few books that I would never read, and one of them, well, any of them, I guess, was a Brandon Sanderson book. More specifically, people kept mentioning how I absolutely must read Mistborn because they were trying to change my mind. I said, if you could change my mind, I would give it a go. So that is my mission today. And we came to our bookstore in Ann Arbor, Schuler Books, because they still have the mass market copies, like the small regular copies of like the old Mistborn, and not like the giant big floppy ones that I, for some reason, can't handle holding and reading. That's a me problem. But we came all the way here because it said that they had them in stock, and that's what I'm going to do. I also have my eye on a couple of other books. I think a few nonfiction, or at least one nonfiction, because that's a goal of mine this year, I think. Last year was the year of lit fic for me. This year is going to be the year of nonfiction within reason, because I'm not going to read nonfiction like I read fiction. That's just not going to happen. But I really want to get Zami, A New Spelling of My Name by Audre Lorde. I have heard nothing but good things about this book, but Audre Lorde obviously is a phenomenal author, and I've never really felt like I could read anything written by her. Like, maybe I just don't have the brain power to do that, but I have heard from many people that this book is just very, very beautiful and easy to read. Her writing style is actually not super hard to comprehend. Maybe that's just something in my mind, I don't know, but I've always kind of had that thought. And then I'm going to look around and just see if something lands. Maybe I'll run into something that I didn't even plan on getting. That's the best part about a book shopping trip, is just leaving with more books than you originally planned on buying, right?
That's right.
Yeah, that's what I think. Okay, we're gonna go in, we're gonna like beeline it to find this Mistborn book, because that's my main goal, and then we're gonna look around for a couple of other things, but we'll see what we can find once we're inside. All right, this is hilarious. I didn't even make it inside yet because they have an entire rack of books on sale outside, so this is on my TBR. Haven't read it yet. It's on sale for $8. Let's see what else I can find. I actually really like Rachel Lynn Solomon. I've talked about her a couple of times. I think she's such a good romance author, and I don't hear people talk about her a whole lot. $6 for this. This might be coming home with me today. This is great, though. I love that I didn't even make it in the door, and I'm already finding books to read. All right, let's go see what's inside. All right. Not me also getting immediately distracted by the new releases. I actually really want to read this too, but I haven't read the other one, so this might have to wait. That's fine. It's fine. The Favorites. I've heard good things. I've heard really good things about that.
Hopefully be timing out here.
All right, we're in. And on a mission. Found it. See, this is what I'm talking about. Size difference. Isn't that crazy? Like, this is much more up my alley. All right, I'm actually dying because I got so confused where the young adult section was. I was in the used section, and I was like, why can't I find the Hunger Games books? Like, these are all the rage right now with the new release, and I was the completely wrong section. So here we are in the right section. I know how bookstores work. This is not my first rodeo, but here we are. All right, I might grab, if they have it. They do. Okay, The Ballad of the Songbirds and Snakes, because I really want to read Sunrise on the Reaping. And I've read that you don't necessarily have to read this first, but it helps. I read the whole series like when it first came out, so years and years ago now. Again, I heard you don't have to necessarily read this first, but I really want to read Haymitch's story, but I always want to do it right, you know what I mean? So publication order is probably best. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I think we might grab this too, so that I have it, and then that we can read the new release. Also, this is actually a pretty solid YA section now that I found the right one, or now that I know where I'm going. Apparently, I've been in this bookstore 1,000 times, but you know, like the Cassandra Clare section is solid. Oh my God, we have a different copy. Ooh. I don't know, this one is like traditional Hunger Games style. Then they have this copy. Which one do I like more? I just feel the urge to always be a little bit different. Oh, this has sprayed edges. I didn't even see that. Look at that. Gorgeous. Love it. I don't know. Decisions to be made. We'll see. We'll see which one I go with. All right, so we made it out. Decisions were made, and I did not get the cool Hunger Games book. I know it's not the Hunger Games, but the titles of these books are becoming so long that I'm having a hard time just saying them, like remembering the entire title and then speaking them. I just went with the OG cover because this just screams nostalgia to me. Like I was telling my husband when we walked out, I was getting a little giddy because suddenly this feeling of nostalgia came over me when I was looking at all the Hunger Games books. I was like, oh my God, it's been so long since I've read these, and I get to read another one. And I'm excited to read this one because I really want to read Haymitch's story, and I will put up with President Snow just so I can get there. Again, from what I read online, it's not absolutely necessary, but I think that it adds to the story. Also, as previously discussed in the store, I got my Mistborn copy, so I hope that everybody is absolutely right about this and that this is worth my time, because I really do not like that huge copy that they make, that like the self-published copy. I like this little mass market book. I just think there's something so satisfying about holding these tiny books. But the other thing is this tiny book is now 643 pages, so that's like a large... There's a lot going on in this tiny book. Sometimes that can feel very overwhelming when you're reading it. So we'll see. We'll see how she goes. This is Baby's first Brandon Sanderson. That's going to be the name of this vlog. That's what I am doing. Reading my very first Brandon Sanderson book. And I really hope that it lives up to the hype, because this was on my anti-TBR and everybody told me that it shouldn't be. So I guess we will see what happens. Also, I can't believe that, so I couldn't find that Audre Lorde book, and I finally gave up and asked someone, and apparently, because I was on the struggle bus trying to find books in the bookstore today. They had one copy and they sold it yesterday, which is also the story of my life. Well, that's okay. We might Kindle that one, see how she goes. I don't know. But right now we're going to head out and get some dinner. We're in Ann Arbor, so we're going to go downtown, walk through town a little bit, and then hit up one of our favorite dinner spots. And then we will probably do another check-in when I start my Brandon Sanderson journey. And I'm excited to take everybody along with me to see how this goes. So, all right, until then.
This right here is what you call a candy paint. Southern Arizona, fell in love instead. Angel brown hair, cute face, solid graduate. She's the type to make you hesitate. Solid at a party, how you doing? What's your name? Yeah. Said she got chosen, that's like fire to the flame. Yeah. Ask her what she into, she said anime games. Wow, put a ring out now, baby check me out. She's a wallflower, but a chick. Look right through your glasses.
Hello friends, doing a quick check-in with you guys because, truth be told, I have not been the greatest at checking in for this vlog. It's actually been a minute since I've vlogged, and I almost feel like I'm trying to like get my bearings again because it's been so long that I was just kind of reading and forgot, oh my gosh, I need to update everybody on what I'm thinking and feeling about Mistborn. And the thoughts are good. The thoughts are good. I'm not going to lie. I'm getting it. I'm seeing it. I am becoming incredibly invested in these characters and the storyline. I did not realize, nobody told me that this was going to be like Six of Crows, but like elevated. Someone could have told me that. Maybe I would have picked this up a long time ago. I'm blaming this on the entire internet. No, but all joking aside, I truly am enjoying this so far, and I am having a really hard time putting it down, if I'm being honest. But it is quite dense, so I'm only about a third of the way through, and I feel like I have read so much, but I still have so much to go. So when you guys went to the bookstore with me, you saw me specifically looking for this mass market copy. I am obsessed with these books. I love a tiny paperback, one that is really comfortable to hold. And though it is small, it is very wordy. So just because the physical size of the book is not that big, there are a lot of words in this book, but I really am enjoying all of the words that I've been reading. So we are doing good. We are cruising so far. I am currently editing my next video coming out this weekend, and it's going to be my spring book recommendations video. So I'm sitting here at the table editing right now, and I'm going to get this up this weekend. I'm going to try to schedule this probably this afternoon because my husband and I are packing for our trip to Traverse City tomorrow, which I took you guys with me last year. So this is going to be really fun to kind of like redo a vlog in the same place a year later. But I am planning to listen to part of the audiobook because we do have just over a 3-hour drive to get there. So that's going to help me chip away a little bit at this book. And honestly, I like listened to a little bit of the audio the other day. Really liked the narrator, and sometimes I feel like an audiobook, kind of like that immersive reading, even though I won't be like holding the book and listening at the same time, makes you connect with the characters even more. There's something about a good audiobook narrator that can really do that for you. So I'm kind of excited to almost like lose myself in the story a little bit as we are going. So I'm going to try to read this through the weekend, listen to the audiobook. I'll be taking you guys with us to Traverse City, which is like the wine country of Michigan. I know that sounds silly, but this is on the coast of Michigan. So we'll be right on one of the Great Lakes, and the scenery is going to be absolutely beautiful. And honestly, it's our home away from home. So I am so excited to be taking a book that I really like and kind of like associating it with that place. I kind of like doing that. I don't know. It's like, I specifically remember reading the Darker Shades series last year. It was like the second book I think I was on when we were there. And like, I hold that memory with me to this day. So I'm just very kind of cheesy and a nostalgic person. So I love this journey for me, if I'm being honest. So I am going to try to wrap up the editing of this video this afternoon. We've got lots of packing and stuff to do for the trip tomorrow morning. We leave first thing, and I'm hoping I can get kind of a decent amount listened to in the car ride. But I will be checking in with you guys throughout the weekend and kind of showing you around Traverse City with us and giving you updates on how I'm feeling on the book. I don't want to give too many spoilers because besides me, there's probably other people in this world that haven't read it yet, but I will say, love the vibes coming from this book. I can already see why people are so obsessed with this series specifically. TBD on other Brandon Sanderson things, because I've seen people say like they like certain books by his and not others, and I think that's a very fair assessment from people. Love honest reviews on things like that, but so far, so good with Mistborn, and I can't wait to get a little further this weekend and check in with you guys when I have another update. Until then, I hope you all have a lovely Friday, and I will see you guys in Traverse City.
I want you to stay, honey, I want you to stay. I want you to stay, honey, I want you to stay. I know you've been running and I can get you to stay. every time you leave, well, I just can't wait.
Well, life keeps dragging me on, I've got to go. There's so much to see in this world, I just have to know. I want you to stay, honey, I want you to stay. I want you to stay, honey, I want you to stay. I'm lost when you leave, waiting to see what this could be.
Good morning, beautiful reader friends. It is our second day here in Traverse City. We got here yesterday, kind of hit the ground running and hit some of our favorite spots because the weather was pretty decent. So up north Michigan in April can be kind of sporadic and you never really know what you're going to get. And it was dry and it was like 50 degrees, which is not too bad. So we were trying to do some like outdoor places that we really like. We had a super, super fun time. And then now I'm laughing because I just can't turn myself off and like even on vacation mode. It is 5:40 in the morning. I've been up since 5. I just literally can't get myself to sleep late anymore. Because that's what happens, I guess, when you are a very type A scheduled person. But anyways, I wanted to do a quick check-in on Mistborn because I was able to listen to a decent amount of the audiobook on the drive up here, and I am just absolutely invested and in love with this story and these characters. I'm getting it. I really, really understand why people love this series so much. I really appreciate Vin as a character, that she's kind of like that typical young, naive, I'm going to say street urchin, just because that's kind of what she is. She just doesn't know anything but betrayal, and she doesn't know how to trust people, but she kind of is part of this new world and learning how to work with other people and learn things from them. And I didn't know that the magic system in the book was going to be the way it is either. I didn't realize that they were going to be using things like metals to make magic, and that, I don't know, it brings something very cool to the story. I like elemental magic. It's one of my favorite types of magic systems in fantasy books. So I'm getting like all of these things I didn't really realize that I was going to have in this storyline. So it's working out very, very well for me. I will say I kind of want to see a little bit more like relationship development in the book. I can see some individual character growth, which I absolutely love, but I'd like to see, and not even romantically, that's not necessarily what I mean, just more of the characters in the story, like building relationships together. I don't know if I'm making sense, because remember, it's quite early for me, so hopefully I'm not talking like a crazy person. But anyways, yeah, I was able to listen to quite a bit yesterday on the drive up here. I'm going to sit down with my coffee and read some more now, and then I think later today we are going to go grab some breakfast. We're going to walk downtown a little bit, probably hit the bookstore here in town, and then head up the peninsula and check out a winery or two. But wanted to give a check-in on the reading, and that I still absolutely love it. And I think the audio book is really good too. I think the narrator is like perfect for this story. So I think that helped a lot too. And kind of, like I said, like immersing myself in it a little bit. So I'm just liking it on so many levels. But anyways, I just wanted to do a real quick check-in, tell you my thoughts and feelings thus far. But I'm going to sit down now and read a little bit more with my coffee, and I will check in with you guys later. Bye.
You're taking the words from me. It's like I forget to speak. You're stuck in a circle of thoughts. Just give me your therapy. And I couldn't stand to believe it. And I do no wrong, I just leave it. She likes to change with the seasons. She likes to change with the seasons. me, myself, and Irene. We don't see the same no more, always switching on the home team. I swear, man, I've been here before, I'd rather bet it on me. You slept on me way too long, get your blankets off me. Get your blankets off me. You're a mess and my mind is racing, but everything stops when I gotta chase it. Figured you would bring me up, but you started with me down. Couple steps that are miles wasted. Take a red eye, say you can't erase it, but I'm always showing up every time you break down. You're taking the words from me, it's like I forget to speak. You're stuck in a circle of thoughts, just give me your therapy. And I couldn't stand to believe it, and I do no wrong, I just leave it. She likes to change with the seasons, she likes to change with the seasons.
Hello, my beautiful reader friends. I am sitting down to do a long overdue check-in, mostly because not only did I get further in reading Mistborn while we were on vacation, I completely finished it. So, book is done. I read every day while we were on vacation, which was kind of a surprise because sometimes I don't always have the time to do that. But we had a lot of slow mornings and some downtime in the afternoon, which really helped me kind of stay up on my reading. And then also, I did incorporate more of the audiobook on the drive home, and I was obsessed with the audiobook. I don't know what it was about that narrator that made me just feel even more connected to the storyline and the characters, but it did not hurt. Let me tell you that much. I mean, I liked the book right out of the gate, so that was also like already happening. But I really think that incorporating the audio really helped me sink into the story and the world, and again, just feel very invested in the characters. So we are home from vacation. I kind of had to hit the ground running and jump back into work and gym things per usual. So I got a little bit busy and I have not sat down to do my check-in yet, but I wanted to let everybody know that you were right. Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson was so worth the read. And I'm trying to keep this a little bit spoiler free because I know that there are lots of people in the world just like me that have not read this book, this series, what have you yet. And as you know, I was skeptical. I was on the fence. This was in my anti-TBR, and I was like, I really don't have interest in reading Brandon Sanderson. I don't really care to. I just feel like his books have to be kind of overhyped, blah, 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 unless you guys can change my mind. And so many of you came at me in the comments and were like, please, please, please just give this book a try, please. And I am not too proud to say that I was wrong. You guys were right. I loved this so much. I loved the characters. There were some twists and turns in the storyline that I didn't see coming. Well, okay. Yeah, maybe I didn't like totally think that what happened was going to happen. I know this is all sounding very vague. Again, I apologize for being so vague, but I don't want to do spoilers. I can say that the world building in this and the character, like the individual character building, was top notch. I love the way that Brandon Sanderson writes his characters, has built this complex storyline, and also included so many characters. Like there are definitely more in the book that you get to know over others. Like you get to know a few of them more than others. But I felt every character that came into the storyline played a little role, and I really enjoyed that. I am really hoping that in the second book, I get to see a little bit more like relationship development. And I don't even necessarily mean like romantically. I would love that because I love a romance. But I want to see this group, or like these people that went through so much in the first book, just kind of like bond a little bit more. And they did in the first book. I really love that. I love relationships like that in stories. So with that being said, let's do a small little book haul that we got from one of our favorite bookstores in Traverse City. And of course, I picked up book number 2 The Well of Ascension. And my little mass market copy, which you know I'm obsessed with. I just can't help it. I love these little square books. I just love them so much. If you know anything about me, you know I love a small book, a square book, whatever you want. I know it's not actually square, but you know what I'm saying. Like the new printed versions are huge and floppy and hard for me to hold. I don't know. That sounds really silly, but I was really excited to see this copy at the bookstore. So I had to pick it up when we were there. Can't wait to get started on this one. So I am hopefully going to be starting this one soon, probably in April, TBD for sure, because even though it is little, it is chunky. And these books are like in depth. And I really, really like that. And sometimes my brain needs a little bit of break from in-depth storylines and world building. So I might break up the month of April with some other things. Again, TBD on that. But I also picked up Gifted and Talented by Olive Blake. This has been on my TBR, or like on my radar, since I saw that it was going to be released this year. I love Olive Blake. I've really been a big fan of her writing. I loved the Atlas Six, had some feelings about the rest of the series. Actually, not the rest of it, because I didn't finish the series, because book 2 just did not hit for me like book 1 did. But regardless, I actually really do enjoy her writing style. And when she was coming out with a new fantasy-based book, I was like, yep, definitely grabbing that. And I saw it when we were there, and I was like, thank you. I'm taking that home with me. Thank you very much. So yeah, little book haul from Traverse City. We didn't get too many things. My husband got a few things. But I got my second book, my Olive Blake book. Hopefully reading this one soon too. I don't know where this one is going to fall, but I wanted to sit down and do my last and final check-in because I have officially finished my first Brandon Sanderson book. I am sold. I get it. I understand why you wanted me to read it. It was so good. I didn't realize that it was going to give me like 6 of Crows, but like amped up, like on a level I wasn't prepared for. And I just really loved Vin, the main character, and like the other characters too. I really did really enjoy. But I really liked watching her through the story and her kind of just growing and coming into her own, which sounds cheesy and cliche, but I can't help it. I love a storyline like that. I'll eat it up every single time. So I wanted to say thank you one more time. And apologies again. You guys were right. It was definitely worth the read. And not just that, I'm excited to continue on with the series. So there is something. I completely never had interest in reading Brandon Sanderson, and now I can't wait to finish this series at least. And we'll see what happens from there. You never know. I mean, I could just like become an uber fan and read everything he's ever written. But let me not get ahead of myself. So anyways, I wanted to say thank you so much again and for joining me on vacation in my favorite spot. I think I mentioned more than once already, so it's becoming kind of annoying at this point, I'm sure. But Traverse City is actually where Funny Story by Emily Henry is based on. And we didn't get tons of outside time because the weather was a little bit chilly. But I'm going to link my vlog from last year because we had a little bit more visual footage of the surrounding area. Like if you've read that book and you want to put like some visual aids to the story, that's where the story was based. And it is like my favorite place in this whole world. So I am really glad that I got to share that with you guys again. I will link the last vlog so you can see a little bit more of it. But yeah, thank you for joining me on another vlog. I kind of miss vlogging. Every time I do it, I say how much I miss it. And then time just goes by. I'm telling you what, I don't know. Time is just a construct. And I am just floating through it. But I am very excited that I get to spend it with you guys. So yeah. Thank you so much. If you have any other suggestions from my anti-TBR video, I'll link that here as well, that maybe I should give a go. I was like, hey, change my mind. if you can change my mind, I'll read it. Worked with Brandon Sanderson, so there could be something else on there that you could convince me to read. So I'll link that here also. But yeah, if you liked this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any other content from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button too. But thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey. And I will catch you in another vlog hopefully soon. All right, bye.